Hey, sports porchers! It's your hockey Jesus, and I'm back for the 2024 NHL Stanley Cup playoffs. Well, it's been a week, and I've been watching a lot of hockey games. I was going to give you a preview of everything, but you know what? There are so many other stations out there doing such a good job. I just felt like I'm just going to slide in here kind of after the first couple games in both the Eastern and Western Conference and give you my analysis. I think that the games so far have been, some have been just incredible. There's one series that's a huge surprise, and it's a lot closer than I thought it would be. And let's just break it down. Let's get to it right now. I love hockey. I'm watching all the games. Two games at 7 or 7:30. Two games at 9:30 or 10 o'clock. Sometimes it's 10:30. I do love the way the NHL is staggering the games. Look, I know you're going to end up staying later, and I know if you're at these games, which I'm super jealous of everybody who are going to these playoff games, because my team, the Pittsburgh Penguins, got eliminated near the last day of the season. So I'm not going to any playoff games. But those of you who are going, please just hold your patience. If you have to be there 15 minutes longer, look, we appreciate it. Those who are watching the games on the television, the fact that we can watch every second of every game. I just love the fact that they're delaying the puck drop. I apologize for those of you who have stepped later. I have to stay up later. I'm on the East Coast. But hey, let's just get to it. Let's get right to the game. I think in the Eastern Conference that's been really interesting. That's the Florida Panthers and the Tampa Bay Lightning. This series has been wild. And I really, it's hard to believe Florida's up 2-0 because it feels like these teams are very evenly matched. Florida, 3-2 winners in both games, game 1 and game 2. Game 1, what are you going to say? I think Florida just played a better game. Tampa ended up making it 3-2, but it was after the game was already 3-1. I thought Florida did a really nice job of keeping the superstars, um, basically for Tampa Bay. Stamkos, Kucherov, and Hedman. They did a pretty good job of keeping them at bay most of that game. And I really thought that in the second game, totally even matched. You knew it was going to go to overtime, and you know who was going to score the goal. You knew it was going to be Carter Verhaeghe. Why? Because that guy always scores in overtime. 5 overtime winners. That's just an incredible run. All scored for either Tampa when he played for Tampa or Florida when he played for Tampa. Look, the overtime wins for Florida is just mind-boggling. How do you win 11 overtime playoff games in a row after going 1-7 in your franchise, since the beginning of your franchise? I don't know how they did it, but they are super clutch when it comes to the playoffs. They were last year. They were 7-0 last year in the playoffs in overtime. And I tell you what, if they can keep this up, they look like a super contender. They're impressing me more, and I thought they were a very good team. I just really liked the way that they got up 2 games to nothing versus Tampa. I don't like what I'm hearing out of Tampa, to be honest with you. Hey, we're playing with them, we're close. It sounds to me like that's what the Penguins would say if they were in the playoffs and they were playing really close against, say, the Rangers. I don't like that kind of talk. I like to hear talk of we're not hungry enough. We got to go out there and we got to show them who's boss when they come into Tampa. We got to get back the ice. Look, it's still home ice to Florida. It's really difficult to win 2 games at home. And the fact that Florida did it, good for them. I think they're off to a good start. Nobody's really a superstar when it comes to points. Kachuk's got 3 points. Verhaeghe's got 3 points. And Kachuk actually has an empty net goal. Did he get an empty net goal? I don't think he got an empty net goal. There's no way in a 3-2 game he could have gotten an empty net goal. No, that's not true. They did pull their goalie, so he did get an empty net goal. He did. That is true. So his only goal is on an empty net. So nobody's really lighting a lamp. Look, 6-4 in total goals. Florida has 6. Tampa Bay has 4 in this. This is still anybody's series, I believe. Even though Florida is up 2-0. Look, Tampa can come back easily. They do have to win the next game for sure if they want to be in it. Let's jump to Boston versus Toronto. Look, I took Toronto in this series. I'm a Toronto fan, and I don't know why, because I seem to be alone here. I liked them last year. I still like them this year. Look, it's tough when Nylander's not playing. And how does that happen, by the way, Toronto fans? Help me out here. He plays every single game, and then suddenly he gets headaches. He's got a concussion, maybe. They don't know what's going on. He's skating, but I don't. That is just bizarre to me. I don't understand how that can happen with a guy who's basically played all games, and now he's not playing in the playoffs. Something sounds wrong. I don't know what it is. Maybe Toronto fans can help me out with some comments down below. That would be great because I don't know why he's not playing, and that's part of the reason why they're down 2-1. Look, this series has been all over the place. I watched that 5-1 game. Boston just totally took it to Toronto. Swayman's been the big difference here. His goals against at 1.51 tops, number one, 955 save percentage. Look, he always beats Toronto. I just it's unbelievable. Like he's underneath their skin somehow. Marner only has one assist. That's not good enough. Toronto's going to have to find a way to get him going. But look, Toronto did win that middle game. Thanks to Austin Matthews. What a great goal that was! How did he glove it in the same motion, drop it, and then two strides later, he's in on the goalie, making a sweet deep move to bury it. He was the difference in that game, and that's the reason they won. And that's what you need. You got to have your superstars scoring goals if you're going to win goals. If you're going to win games, if you're going to win series, you got to have all your superstars scoring. I think that Marner gets going. I think they can get back into this. Look, Marchand, I know Boston fans, good for you to have this guy on your team. If he was on my team, I would love him. I would have his jersey. I think he has so much energy out there, and he's so creative on ice. I said this today to a friend I was talking. He's like Rembrandt out there. You never know what that guy is going to be painting on the ice. How did he decide to pick a fight with Bertuzzi so that the guy can come up the side on the left there? And I forget, I apologize, who scored that goal, but that go ahead goal last night, just brilliant. I mean, and he knows the refs so well because let's face it, him and Bertuzzi getting tangled up, it's just like a hockey play, right? Even though he probably tripped him, it's hard to tell. Bertuzzi could have fallen down, but it sure looked like his stick got underneath his skates pretty hard. And then he scores and then he gets the fourth goal to go ahead 4-2. Just and what a snipe that was, by the way. Not only did he get the puck in a great position, he just sniped it. I mean, come on. And I know you think you have goalie problems there in Toronto. That was just a great goal by a really good player. So Toronto's up in this one 2-1. They're the only game right now before tonight's game that has played three games. But let's face it, this one could go anywhere. Let's jump to the Rangers and the Capitals. I'm not going to spend much time on this series. I think this was going to be a sweep. It still looks like it's going to be a sweep. The only thing I have to say is in game one, when Matt Rempe came on and scored that goal. Look, I don't like Matt Rempe. I know my loyalists, my subscribers. By the way, if you haven't subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button because I'm going to be here all throughout the playoffs. I'm going to be here telling you the way it is. That's what the Hockey Jesus does. That's what we do on the Sports Porch. We give you the goods. I'm going to tell you like it is. Matt Rempe's a goon. I don't like the guy, but he did score a goal. Look, he only has averages 8 minutes and 4 seconds on ice. So he's not out there a lot. But boy, the hometown fans, you New Yorkers, you love your Matt Rempe, and I guess good for you if whatever gets you going. But I don't like the guy. I don't think he belongs in hockey. I wish Wilson would do something with him just to get the crowd into it tonight. Just beat him up or something because they're going to need something. They're going to need some kind of gimmick to get them going because Washington's got nothing going on. One shot, two shots, something like that. Ovi has in 2 games. Ridiculous. Ovi, let's go. Let's get it going. But I think this is over. I think the Rangers going to sweep them here. That sends me to the last series in the Eastern Conference. Carolina playing the New York Islanders. Another 2-0, but this was a different 2-0. I know, the Carolina has 8 goals versus the New York Islanders 4 goals, which, by the way, is the same it is versus New York Rangers and the Capitals 8-4. But it feels way different. New York has been in these games for the most part, but how do you? And you know what? They don't. Let me slow down here. Carolina in the first series, in the first game of the series, did what they had to do. They win 3-1. It was close, but they score a late goal, and that's all they do. That's what Carolina does. That's who they are. That's their identity. But come on. Up 3-1, up 3-0. 81-0 record in the Stanley Cup Finals. And you're up 3-0 against Carolina, and you end up losing 5-3. Look, I've seen a couple videos where people videotape them watching this game, and during that meltdown, fans look like they were absolutely losing it, and they should have. Look, you can't do that. And the problem with the Islanders is they stopped playing the game. You can never stop playing hockey. Once momentum is gone, it's super hard to get back, especially when you're on the road, especially when the home crowd starts to get into it. And I tell you what, when they scored that goal to tie it up with the goalie pulled, crowd went crazy. How you can have a mental breakdown after that? Look, I've witnessed it all year long with the Pittsburgh Penguins to come out on the next shift and just have a breakdown like that, and that's what happened. I don't know what happened with Varlamov there, thinking it was going the other side. You have to guard that post. Went right in. Game was over. I know they got another empty net goal. By the way, Brock Nelson, don't be slashing like that after the empty net goal. You're better than that. At least I think you are. Maybe you're not. Maybe you're a goon like Rempe. But that's ridiculous. You can't slash somebody 3 times after they score an empty net goal and expect not expect to get punched in the face or something like that. Ridiculous. I don't care if you're frustrated. That's just not hockey. That's not right. And the hockey Jesus is calling you out on that. So Carolina's up 2-0 with the 5-3 win. Sorokin's going to be in goal next. They pulled Varlamov. Probably the smart move. Both those guys can play in goal. New York Islanders got to get some secondary scoring. Anders Lee, where are you? You need to get in. You need to get the puck in the net. That'll get the hometown going, and maybe you can get back into this. I don't know. I think you can get back into it, but I don't think it's going to be a sweep. But I think Carolina's got them in 5-6 at the most. I think they win one in New York, and probably I think that might be the end of it. Let's get to the West Coast. The West Coast is much different than the East Coast in the hockey and the style. And there's only one big surprise, and here it is. I'm going to just jump right to it. The biggest surprise of these whole playoffs is this series, Dallas playing Vegas Golden Knights. Now, you guys in Vegas might say, I don't know why people didn't predict us to win this. We are the defending Stanley Cup champions. We're the best that's out there. Come on, give us some love. I personally picked Dallas. I like Dallas. I think they've been a solid team, but here's the difference. Mark Stone's back. And look, Vegas is doing this by the rules. So this is not against the rules. This is just something I personally feel is wrong with the game. How the hell can you go out and get Noah Hannafin, Thomas Hurdle, and then bring back Stone and be $10 million over the cap and that be okay? That just makes I don't understand it. It doesn't make any sense to me, but that's really been the difference. Look, Vegas power play is scoring at a 66.7% rate. That's unsustainable, people. That's not going to happen throughout the series. Logan Thompson, 920 save percentage, 2.0 goals against. Who is Logan Thompson? Vegas did it again. It's like, who's Aiden Hill last year? Like, who's Logan Thompson? Doesn't matter. They play such a good structured system. It's really given Dallas fits. They should have probably been able to steal that first game. Look, Dallas is down 2-0 in the series, lost 4-3, lost 3-1. Last night, they just didn't have it. They weren't, it wasn't looking good the whole time. Look, Heiskanen is a -4. He only has 2 assists. When one of your best defensemen is a -4, that's a big problem. They've got some problems they need to fix on the back end. Where's Ottinger? Ottinger, 3.1 goals against, 850 save percentage. He'll come back. He's going to have to steal a game in Vegas if Dallas wants to get back into the series. Um, they probably need to win both of them in Vegas. Vegas is one of the best home teams this year, too, by the way. And they've come from behind in third periods before. So Dallas, you're going to have to play a 60-minute game, people. You're going to have to first find a way to stop that power play. Once you do that, maybe you can get back on the board. Jason Robertson, come on, let's go. Dallas, I picked you guys. Let's get it going. Let's jump to Winnipeg, Colorado. This, to me, is the best series so far in all the series, Eastern or Western conferences. Look, 7-6 win by Winnipeg in the first game, 5-2 win by Colorado in the second game. There's no goalie play. Let's face it. I know, Hellebuck's 870 save percentage, Georgiev 830 save percentage, both above 4. Hellebuck's at 5 goals against. Ridiculous. Look, the stars have come to play. McKinnon's been on fire. Makar's awesome. Lekkonen's been great too, out of nowhere. Obviously, Kyle Connor and Scheifele for Winnipeg, but somebody's going to have to get consistent if they're going to want to be able to win this. Look, 9-8, Winnipeg's outscoring Colorado in the series so far, but this is anybody's. I can't believe this will not go to 7 games, even if somebody grabs the momentum. I just think there's too much sloppy goalie play. There's a lot of breaks. I just feel really confident this one's gone 7. Flip a coin then, because I have no idea. By the way, people of Winnipeg, awesome job with that whiteout. 2 thumbs up from the Hockey Jesus on the whiteout. Just incredible. The atmosphere. I can't imagine being there. That has to be just so much fun. I know it's a smaller arena. Never been to Winnipeg. Like to go. Definitely on my, if I had a bucket list. I don't really believe in bucket lists, but if I were to go somewhere, love to go to Winnipeg. Montreal too, of course. But good for you, fans of Winnipeg. Great job up there. Let's see if Colorado can try and top you as they move the series on to Colorado. Now, for the series I've watched the least of, probably because it's been the latest games and I absolutely do need to sleep. I know I'm the Hockey Jesus. I may be able to walk on water. I certainly can't skate on ice. But staying up late for this series has been difficult. Vancouver, Nashville, thanks to Sports Nation, they're just great. Their recaps are incredible. They show every shot. If there's a fight, they show the fight. They show every goal. They do the replay of every goal from a couple different angles. If you can't stay up and watch it, and you love your hockey and you want to see what happened, at least from the highlights perspective, 8 to 10 minutes, sometimes 12 if it goes into overtime, they are your station. Check them out on YouTube. I love them. Shout out to those guys. Whoever you are out there, thank you for your great highlights. Incredible. So, Vancouver, Nashville, look, this is 5-6. Vancouver's got 5 goals. Nashville's got 6 goals. Vancouver should be down 2-0 if it wasn't for some guy named Dakota Joshua. Anybody know who he is? Anybody? I'm hearing crickets. No, I didn't think so. I didn't either. I'm sure people from Vancouver, hopefully they did, because he saved the game. He saved the game for them. He had 2 third period goals in the 3-goal third period for Vancouver to come back from a 2-1 deficit and beat Nashville. Unfortunately, they weren't able to duplicate the effort. Last night, Nashville just really just put the clamps down. Look, 18 to 16 shots, 34 total shots in the game. Look, it's not that Vancouver wasn't trying. They had 30 shots that were blocked. Soros has been pretty good, 895, 2.01 goals against. So they're just not getting a lot of shots on goal. But Soros is getting most of them. Casey DeSmith, sorry, hey, I know about Casey. Played for us last year. This past year, he went over there with all the other Penguins that are there, Bluger and friends. No need to name them all. But, and, Rick Tocchet, your head coach, by the way, probably will get the trophy for best coach. Why is that? I don't know why I don't remember the name of that trophy. Jack Adams, I believe. So, So here's the deal. Demko's out. They got to go with Casey DeSmith. You got to find a way to get Brock Besser going. That's the only way it's going to happen. And if Nashville can't find a way to grind out a win, if Vancouver can't find a way to grind out a win in Nashville, this could go 7. It could go 7. I don't know. Nashville's pretty structured. They've been playing pretty good hockey, but they really haven't gotten much scoring from anybody. So the fact that they've got 6 goals in 2 games, probably pretty good for them. That's probably their average. I think they're probably about where they are. All Vancouver's got to do is get their star shining. I think they can still take this. That's who I took, but I'm not. I wouldn't bet money on it. Let's get to the last series. Look, 30 minutes from now, we'll be dropping the puck. Maybe you're going to be watching this a little bit later. Hopefully, you're catching it before the games tonight. Lots of 2 games tonight. 2 games at each time, so 4 games tonight. Last game of the series, Edmonton versus the Los Angeles Kings. They play every year. I think it's a ritual. I think they actually have to play every year. And the stars are shining here. There's nothing to complain about. I would say other than the Winnipeg, Colorado game. I don't stay up to watch this whole game. I usually catch the first and or second period, but I gotta get the sleep. But I always catch the highlights at the end. Wish I would have stayed up for that one last night with the overtime winner, LA. But look, Edmonton, you got nothing. You got nothing to worry about. You're scoring goals. You've got 11 goals in 2 games. You got to get the power play. The power play's at like 52% or somewhere around there. Once again, this is a no goalie series. Talbot, 867 save percentage. Stewart, 857 save percentage. Both over 4. Talbot's almost at 5, 4.96, and Skinner's at 442. It's about the stars at this point. Who's going to be clutch? At some point, Cece's going to have to stop somebody. I think he's a -2, not playing well at all. Hyman looks great out there. I don't know why Toronto let him go, but great pickup for Edmonton. He looks good. McDavid and Draisaitl also, 4 points. McDavid actually doesn't have any goals, still has 6 points because he's got 6 apples. The guy's just amazing. He's leading all scorers, by the way, with 6 points in 2 games. Look, the NHL's got to find a way to get Edmonton to be a winning team in the playoffs because their type of hockey is fun to watch. But man, if I get it, if you're a fan of this team, you're like, can we just play a little bit of defense? Can we get a goalie who can stop a few shots? By the way, if you're looking for a goalie, I know the Pittsburgh Penguins might be looking to get rid of Tristan Jarry. So if things don't work out, come knocking on Pittsburgh's door here at the end of the playoff run. So, first round, a lot of games. 2 games in for most of the series. Anybody's series. I like the Rangers. I like Carolina. I still like Toronto. I don't know why. I know I probably shouldn't. Like Florida. And in the West, I don't know. It's going to be hard to beat Vegas and that $10 million salary. But come on, Dallas. Try and get back into this. Got to get a couple wins. At least one win in Vegas. Have to. Colorado, Winnipeg. That's a coin toss. Vancouver, Nashville. Anybody's game. And Edmonton, the Kings. That's probably going 7-2. So, hey. In between the series and in between the games, just hop back onto the porch. Stop by here. You see the Hockey Jesus logo. Hockey Sports Porch presents the Hockey Jesus. That's me. I'm going to be back, and I'll see you in the next one.